Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday, as usual. I realized I was just waving and I saw this really hilarious meme on social media not too long ago that was making fun of the fact that when we're in Zoom meetings and we're all saying goodbye, we wave, and how awkward that is because when we're in person having regular meetings and the meeting is over, we don't wave to each other. So it was cute. This morning, we are going to light the pink candle in our Advent wreath, the candle of joy. It is the third Sunday of Advent, and we have lit the candle of hope and the candle of peace. And today we light the candle of joy. If there's something in your life for which you have great joy, I invite you to share that in the comments. We need, as much as we can get, doses of joy and compassion and celebration, especially in these odd and precarious days of 2020. So as this year comes to an end and you reflect back as the liturgical year is starting and you look forward, for what is it that you have and give joy? Hi, David. It's great to see you this morning. Thanks for giving a shout out. It helps to know that we're interacting with one another through the comments. So I will light the candle. Hear now this liturgy, which again comes to us from the SALT Project. And my clicker's empty, so you're going to have to be patient with me while I use matches to get the candles lit. But hear these beautiful words. When I look around, I see shadows of sadness. Families in homeless shelters, people in prison, people who have become invisible and forgotten. When I look around, I see shadows of grief and loss. People dreading the holidays because they've lost a loved one, because they're recently divorced, because they don't want to spend another Christmas alone. In the face of sadness, we light a candle of joy. In the face of grief, in the face of loss, we light a candle of joy. May the light from this candle overwhelm the world. May the light from this candle say to all that God's joy is coming on earth as it already is in heaven. Brothers, sisters, and siblings in Christ, be not afraid. God's joy is at hand. So what is it that you give joy for? I've been thinking this morning about these things, and I'm giving joy for the fact that vaccines started today in the United States for COVID-19, the coronavirus. What beautiful news, and hopefully they can come to us quickly so that we can find healing as a country and as a world. David, thanks for saying that the staff brings joy through caring and hard work, the glue of keeping us together. That's beautiful to hear. Thank you. It's certainly been trying to figure out how do we stay together in the midst of all of this. I have found joy in the creativity of our worship in the face of adversity, in the face of our distancing. I said it last week about last Sunday's worship and how beautiful and meaningful it was. And for those of you who have been able to engage Angel and Star from yesterday, who got to hear Diane Brewer's prayer of expectancy, who got to engage Austin's work and Thomas Troger's words and Kathy's leadership and the choral ensemble and the musicians, it was spectacular. It brought joy, I think, to all of us who were able to engage it. Another thing on my list, which is a little bit awkward, because the loss and the feelings of loss are so great, and yet I think it's so beautiful, and that comes from the crosses on the lawn. We started this summer putting names on the crosses and saw such a difference in the community response. This year, for this December honoring, for this memorial, we repeated that, and each cross is not just pointing to a statistic or a number, but it's pointing to a specific person with their name and their age on that cross. And you all, the response that we're getting is just profound. People are calling the church, wondering how they can get a cross, if they can come visit the memorial. We've ordered some candles that are going to be set out there. So for folks who want to light a candle and meander through and read the names and have a moment of contemplation and prayer, the city is waking up to this ritual in a new way this year because we have the names on the crosses. And I think that that's worth saying, that sparks joy. Mary Alice says that new friends and church family bring joy in the midst of a difficult year. And Billy, thanks your comment about the digital presentation as healing and holy. And again, Janie's highlighting the service yesterday. Okay, so when I think about joy, I often think about poetry and the ways that it has such a unique way to capture the profound with the simplicity of words. And I turn to this book, obviously. It's called Joy, and it's 100 poems, and it's edited by Christian Wyman. And I'm going to read for us this morning a short poem by Emily Dickinson, but it's rather complex. And so I'm going to read the poem, and then I'm going to tell you what I think it means to me, and then I'll read the poem again so you can hear it in different lights, in different settings. Oh, also, I have to say that she uses masculine language, and you know that makes me a little bit cranky, but the words of the poem are so beautiful and profound that they need to be shared. And so I'm swallowing my crankiness right now so that we can be together in these words. Listen. Who never wanted maddest joy remains to him unknown. The banquet of abstemiousness defaces that of wine. Within its reach, though yet ungrasped, desire's perfect goal. No nearer, lest the actual should disenthrall thy soul. That's it. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, I'm going to read it again, and then I want to talk about it. Who never wanted maddest joy remains to him unknown. The banquet of abstemiousness defaces that of wine. Within its reach, though yet ungrasped, desire's perfect goal. No nearer, lest the actual should disenthrall thy soul. Okay, so here's what it means to me. The word abstemiousness is a fabulous word, and it comes from the word abstinence, and it means lacking or in moderation or scarcity. And so the banquet of abstemiousness is one of moderation. And who wants to be at a banquet where it's not lavish and abundant and full of bounty and joy? It's an insult to the wine and to the host and to all of the symbols of bounty. And then it says, within its reach, though yet ungrasped, desire's perfect goal. We see what it is that we want, and all we need to do is reach out for the taking, but because of life's realities and life's limitations, we can't yet grasp hold of that which gives us joy. And I hear her saying, don't let that deter you in the quest for seeking what's happy. Don't let it disenthrall your soul. Don't let it depress you, even if you can't take it. I would like to add, let someone else hold it for you, and we can have joy in our community and let it abound in the beauty of someone else who can hold it for us, even when it doesn't seem possible for ourselves. In other words, we can't wait until everything is perfect to share our joy. It's a spiritual discipline, and it takes practice like anything else, so that even in this bizarre year, it's still worth having joy. Okay, I'm going to read the poem one more time. Who never wanted maddest joy remains to him unknown. The banquet of abstemiousness defaces that of wine. Within its reach, though yet ungrasped, desire's perfect goal. No nearer, lest the actual should disenthrall thy soul. Thank you, Emily Dickinson, for this beauty this morning. Thank you to our liturgical calendar for the beauty of the lit candles. May they continue to shine lightness in the midst of the darkness, if and how and when the darkness is surrounding you in your spirit these days. May our community of Highland Baptist Church be one of joy, of bounty, of abundance, of celebration, of noting the fine wine and all that that represents, and drinking lavishly so that we can enjoy the gift of togetherness, our sacredness of togetherness. Friends, it's been a joy to share this space with you this morning. I love you and I'm so grateful for you. Take care and have a good week.